Hello everyone. Man, the stream started like immediately. Usually it needs a second. That's crazy. I hope everybody's having a good time. Hello Dingo, hello Void. I think I'm gonna spend this episode doing a lot of missions just because we need the Chosen. We need to do missions. Because we really need the experience and we need the weapons and gear that they're gonna give us. Because we are at a point where I've played the game for like 12 or 13 hours and we're only like 43% of the way done. Now, I think once we complete the game, because I'm not going to do every single thing imaginable, that would just be time consuming and boring for you guys to watch, I think the game will finish itself somewhere around the 75 to 80% mark. So we've hit a wall. We've hit a wall at this point, and we really need to, you know, do some stuff to level out the playing field. At least with the difficulty I'm at, we kind of have to do that. We're not even halfway through. I know, yeah. Yeah, we're not. It's 1 a.m. for me. Ooh. Ooh, let me just... Ooh, no. Okay, well, we just need to get over there, so it doesn't really matter what's over here. How are you guys doing, besides it being 1 a.m. where you live? Oh, please leave me alone. Someone just exploded. I don't know why. I had nothing to do with that, please. Let me tell you guys. My job... I work an office job now, for those of you who don't know. I've moved to New York, upstate New York, not the city. If I lived in the city, I'd want to die. I had to go there once for work, and that was a week ago, and it was awful. It was awful. I hated every second of it. So I'm in New York now, and I work a job. I work a full-time job. So I don't have as much time for streaming, which really sucks. So I don't have a schedule. I removed my schedule now. But it always feels good to stream. It always feels good to come back and be able to play some games and have you guys here and talk to you and see what's up. Mm. I thought it was Morgul. Morgul sounds weird, like a seagull. Ooh, it's everyone's favorite. Mm. Look how badass she is, guys. It's 5 p.m. for me, suckers. Ooh, Capper with the best time. I haven't slept in weeks because of anxiety. Oof, you need to. I know this is gonna sound weird, but the more you sleep, the better your body is at handling anxiety. I know that sounds really stupid. But I'm being serious. Your brain and the way it handles things, it's directly related to anxiety, depression, being able to handle just anything, really. Dominate a bunch of orcs. Well, I have to follow her while also dominating orcs. But if you can somehow find it, you know, taking sleep aids or finding any way to sleep, the more you sleep, the better off you'll be able to handle it. And over time, you'll, you know, be able to do it. But I know that's hard. Sleeping's hard, my dude. I haven't been sleeping well either, because I have to get up for work, but I want to stay up so I can watch Dance Moms. So, like, 4 of you will know what that show is, but I fucking adore the television show Dance Moms. Oh. I'm watching every episode in order, you know, while I'm doing whatever work I didn't finish at the office. And... And I'm at like 5 seasons, and there's like 30 episodes per season. It's fucking crazy, dude. Warhammer 40k orcs are better than Tolkien orcs. That's an interesting opinion, but I want to hear a follow-up to that. Do you think Warhammer fantasy orcs are better than Tolkien orcs? Because 40k is cool. You know, I have no problem with 40k. I don't dislike it. I like it. I don't love it. Because I'm more of a fantasy kind of guy, so it's just personal preference, nothing to do with the quality of 40k. So I prefer fantasy, so I'm curious, do you think fantasy is better? No! You think that the Tolkien orcs are better than the fantasy orcs, despite them basically being the same. But, you know, 40k and fantasy orcs. What is Dance Moms? Oh my god. Do I watch Dance Moms for the drama? I watch it for everything. Everything about that show is great. Let me tell you about this show. This show, Dance Moms, follows the wackiness of Abby Lee Miller. Abby Lee Miller is a dance teacher who is... I need to go this way. Abby Lee Miller is a dance teacher known in the business for basically being, you know, really tough of a teacher. That's kind of her shtick. You know, she's yelling at these kids that she's teaching. She's a dance teacher, you know, for all ages, but, you know, she focuses in on younger kids. And the show follows her elite division team, who are, you know, like 7 to like 12, you know, so they're preteens. They're preteen kids, and it follows them going around during competition seasons and like doing wacky shit. And the whole show is just full of drama because it's called Dance Moms. You almost hit me there. That was really cute how you almost hit me but then didn't, because you're shit. So it follows these moms and the teacher Abby and just all of their wacky shit and like whether or not they're winning. Oh, it's crazy. The 40K refers to the time period. Who are you answering? Because I know that. 40K orcs are great. I don't know if you probably know this because okay, so Warhammer 40K orcs have these weird contraptions that they use. You know, like they have big war machines like everybody else, but theirs don't make any sense. You'll notice that bits of them are maybe floating or moving in ways that shouldn't work, or like they'll have really small legs so they can't. You know, why, you know, so, like, it doesn't make sense that the tiny legs would hold up this big contraption. The orcs have a magical, spiritual connection to each other, and by sheer force of will, they power these machines to work. It's just magic. It's straight up just magic. So, Tony, I loved your Christian videos. I'm glad that you did, my dude. I don't do them anymore, but I'm glad you enjoyed them. So the orcs make these fucking weird machines work by just willing it to do it. They're basically a collective hive mind, which takes form in... It's called a wog, essentially. That's their war cry. So they have a wog, which is what you call a group of orcs who are all kind of focused on one singular goal. So when there's a really strong wog of like thousands of orcs, they can power these incredible machines that don't make any fucking sense. And it extends to their armor and to their guns. Right? So their armor will be just like rags, but for some reason will be reflecting bullets. It makes no fucking sense. It's straight up just magic. It's really funny. That's why I think the orcs are the most interesting. Are the orcs Green Lanterns? You know, they kind of are. You know, that's really funny. It's not like a spirit manifest because it's not quite like the Green Lanterns where they make things appear out of nowhere. They just make things that are physically here work in ways that shouldn't work, you know? They don't manifest things, as far as I know. Finally, I'm getting to understand something about Warhammer. Oh, Warhammer's complicated. Oh, my lord. Tony, I watched the first 5 seasons of House MD. House MD is incredibly medically inaccurate, but also very fun. But if you want to watch a show that is... This show holds the record for the most medically accurate show on television, Scrubs. I know, right? You'd think, why does this weird comedy show, why would that have the record? But it does, which is kind of funny. Oh, they're dead, so I can't. Oh no, I can grab him now. Oh, well, I guess I'll grab this guy. I had no idea he was here, but... Alright, we need one more domination. I love me some Scrubs. Scrubs is gay. It kind of is, yeah. I mean, the 2 male characters in the show are very gay bro-y. They don't fuck, but there's an episode where they almost kind of do, but it's like a daydream. It's not like a real fucking. It's good though. Space Marines are cool, but none of them seem interesting. I'm just not a big fan of the whole Space Marine setting. It just doesn't do it for me. I much prefer the fantasy. And I will say this, what I do know of 40K, I found everything besides the Marines to be interesting. Could you not? Everything besides the Marines is interesting. But back to Warhammer Orcs versus Tolkien Orcs. The funny thing about the Tolkien Orcs, and I was actually going to talk about Warhammer and Tolkien before you even brought it up. Tolkien orcs and Warhammer orcs do share one thing in common, which is much different from every other fantasy setting that I've ever seen. In World of Warcraft, for example, the orcs in that universe have sex, right? They fuck and they get pregnant and that's how they have kids. But in Warhammer and in Lord of the Rings, you know, Tolkien's universe, the orcs are kind of birthed from like the ground. In Warhammer, they're birthed from like these weird spores, right? And then in Tolkien, they're birthed from the ground. They come out of like ooze. No, I hope I don't get ooh. Fighting the Nazguls is not very fun. It's not very fun after like the 15th time. Oh, I remember this fight. You fight one of them. You fight this one guy while like a million orcs are around you, so it makes it really fucking hard, even on like easy difficulties. Ah, fuck off. He's also way quicker than your average orc. Alright, I need to... I honestly... And they keep I hate this. One thing in this game that they tell you to do. How did you hit me? I didn't even do anything. I might actually straight up have to turn the difficulty down, because I remember this part being so fucking hard, and I don't know how we're gonna win. No. I hate when the game tells me to use the fucking glaive, because the glaive is so shit. It never does what it's supposed to do. Yes. No. No, I didn't want to execute. No, I wanted to stealth drain. At least it got him killed a little easier. Also, the Nazgul are immune to any sort of, like, time stop that you use. So if you use the bow and arrow, it doesn't actually... Oh, no. No! Ah, oh, fuck me. Alright, I need to figure out what to do here. Because I'm cursed now, and also the orcs are... They just keep coming, which is a huge fucking issue. Leaving mission area. No, I'm not. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, this would be way easier if the Light of Galadriel, like, every time she got a kill, that would, like, heal you, but it doesn't. Ooh! See what I mean? He's immune to any sort of time stop, which makes it very difficult to handle him, I guess. No. No! No! Oh, he healed himself, too. I don't know how he did that. Oof, this is really tough. Yeah, it makes it... This part is really difficult. And it's difficult in a kind of way that feels almost unfair, because they keep throwing a million... It's not... I don't feel like I'm being challenged. I feel like the game is bullshitting me. I really don't like these Nazgul fights. They're really annoying. The Nazgul fights are fun the first time, but then when you have to do it like 80 times, it's not as fun. And like I mentioned, it doesn't feel fair. He's immune to any sort of time stop that I can do, which is fine, but that's not fine when there's like a million orcs, you know? That makes it incredibly difficult to just do anything. And I can't dominate, because if I try to dominate, then also he heals himself, which I did not know. Yeah, I might just turn the difficulty down. Because I don't like turning the difficulty down, but it feels, you know, when it feels unfair, I feel like I have to, you know. This is Jotaro versus Dio, basically, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna turn this down. I hate to have to do it, you know, I feel like a weenie, but I'm just gonna turn it down to easy, if only because I don't think it's a fair fight, and it's not very fun to watch. Have you ever read or watched the show Witch? Oh, I'm dead. That's okay, I get like a thing that I don't get in the normal difficulty I should be on. No, I have not. I don't read books, and I haven't watched a lot of shows lately, so I've never even heard of Witch. Maybe I have. What's it about? Is it about witches? Is that gonna hit me? That is gonna hit me. Fuck you. I really want this Nazgul fight over with. They're really not fun. I'd rather be doing, like, literally anything else. Here, let me stealth drain this guy. Or dominate him mid-combat, I should say. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. The Light of Galandriel, they whiffed it. Like, she doesn't do anything. I dodged. There we go. She doesn't feel necessary to this fight because she's not pulling aggro. She's pulling aggro on like one guy maybe, and that's me being generous. She doesn't pull aggro, she doesn't heal me, she doesn't do anything. She feels like a nuisance. She feels like she's here to move the plot along, but not to... I don't know how he didn't hit me there. But not to actually enhance the fight that I'm in, which is... How did that hit me? I was literally inside of that. Okay, whatever. There we go, now she's hitting him, I guess. I don't know, she needs to be doing more. I know I'm complaining about this fight incessantly, but I really do detest the Nazgul fights in this game. I do think they're some of the worst parts of the game. But the game is fun besides that. Get fucked. I also don't like that he heals himself. That oh yeah, if she dies, also the mission ends. Which really sucks because she's not good at her job, which is staying alive and pulling aggro. Or doing anything at all. How am I gonna... Lord. And how am I supposed to raise her up? See, on harder difficulty that would be impossible because the enemies are programmed to attack you all the time. I can only do that on easy because the enemies are too stupid. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's cool too, I guess. Whatever. God, I'm too busy complaining to pay attention. Oh, Lord. Tony, you're so valid. Thanks. Nothing feels better than being validated. That's the whole reason that Tumblr sustains itself. Maybe I'm just not using my moves enough, but I feel like the moves are just not good enough to warrant using. Like Quick Throw, they keep telling me to use Quick Throw. Why the fuck would I be using Quick Throw? It's bad. It doesn't, wow, okay. She's down again. That's cool. Come on. Whoop. Come on. They showed Batman's penis in a comic? Dude, that's lit. Bat penis. Was it good? Was it large? Oh, let me tell you guys a secret story. You know, I should be spending time talking about Tolkien and Lord of the Rings and how much I really do genuinely enjoy Lord of the Rings. And, you know, Hobbit movies are shit, but the books are good. Oh. But, I'm gonna tell you guys a secret, super secret story. And I'm having a hard time looking at the chat and also doing this fucking fight, but there's no way I'll be able to... Fuck off. I'll be able to do the chat and this story at the same time. So, my roommate had a date the other day. She had a date with a guy from her college, and we'll call this guy Mike. So Mike and my roommate were hanging out in her office because she's a teacher, and they were watching Mamma Mia. And after Mamma Mia, they decided that, you know, they were gonna get a little frisky, which is their right, you know, they're adults. And he did not know how to kiss at all. My roommate told me all of this immediately after dropping him off at home. So this boy Mike did not know how to kiss. And she felt like, she described it as he didn't know what he was doing, and he looked like he was, like he read about it in a book, but he didn't quite know how to replicate what he read. So he was struggling, and then he wanted them to both kind of make out on a desk, which the logistics of doing that are really difficult. Like, doing something like that on a desk is not easy. So you have him not knowing what he's doing coupled with them trying to do it on a desk. At least Mike wasn't a furry. Oh no, this same roommate has been almost went on a date with a diaper fur, but then turned them down after learning they were a diaper fur. But that's another story for another time. This is the story of Mike and his inability to do anything. So that was weird. And after having this weird kind of half makeout session, my roommate texts me and says, I you know, date's over, I'm bringing him home. And I said, okay. Because I was tired. You know, I had a long day at work. I didn't want to interact with anybody, but of course she introduced me to him, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't know how he was able to do that while I was dominating him. Get fucked. A douchey prince. Oh. The show Witch, is that an anime? It sounds like an anime. Wasn't what people expected. How about that? You know, these cutscenes where people come out and like fight Sauron are kind of fun. Witch is like an Italian anime. Weird. His pee-pee was bad-shaped. Yeah, these cutscenes make no fucking sense. But they're kind of fun to watch. I mean, visually they're interesting. They tell a story without dialogue of any kind. But at the same time, they shit like all over everything. But they are fun. Oh no, he's old.
Were you granted vision?
Yes.
Then you understand.
That didn't really tell us anything.
These
Oh,
were
hello.
once great men, but they could not resist a ring of power.
My cat wanted to jump up.
Sauron's rings were designed to subjugate their wearers. I realized that too late. But now, I have crafted a ring that is perfect. This one is pure.
Pure what, I wonder.
Oh my goodness. I thought he was gonna stab her. You know, I would have preferred if he had stabbed her. Tony, give me pickup lines. I always love the classic, "What's your number, cucumber?" That one's good. That one always gets the ladies, let me tell you. Yeah, my cat's sitting in my lap. She's very silly. I will tell her hi for you know, from all of you. She's a great cat. So like I was saying, this fucking story. So she brings home this guy, and I meet him, and then I immediately go back to trying to nap because I'm tired. And, you know, like an hour or an hour and a half, you know, a decent amount of time goes by, and I get up from my nap, and she's about to leave with him. And she drops him off, and then she comes back, and she texts me the second she dropped him off. That was a really weird date. I'm going to tell you about it when I get home. Now, the information I'm telling you is what she told me when she got home. So, I think we need to go to another location to fight another Nazgul. Yeah, we do. Okay. So, this fucking guy, they come home, they go to my roommate's room, and they start getting frisky. Like, legit frisky. They're not just making out. Like, they're about to, you know, get into some sex. And this guy, he seems weird. Like, he's not quite into it. He's weird. And she goes, is there anything wrong? Like, is there something I can do to help you? You don't feel that into it, which is nice of her. You know, she wants to make sure he's having a good time. And he asks her, well, before this happens, because this is the big one, before that, he wanted to finger her, had no idea how to finger. He put his hands on her vagina, but then didn't move them, so she had to tell him to move his hands, which he was very stunned by. He was confused by that concept, but he did it. And then she was like, you're not moving them correctly, you're not really... Oh my god, who are you?
See, you've already had quite the day.
Leave me alone, you're rude.
What say we end it nice and easy?
No, fuck off. So he didn't quite know that, and she was like, you're not really moving them right. Like, I told you to move them, but like you're kind of avoiding moving them. Do you know what a clit is? And he's like, no, I don't know what that is. And she's like, oh lord. And she had to instruct him as to what that was and where it was located and what it looked like. So that's to give you an idea where we're sitting at. So aren't most orcs rude? Not all of them. The drunk orc is nice, and the one who plays the banjo is cool. So he was doing his best, but his best was below par. So, and he had bragged before their date had started that he had in fact had sex before many times, and that he was good at it. So if you're gonna brag and you're not good at it, then you get shit on. So when she asks him, "Hey, is there anything I can do to help you out?" he goes, Could you maybe spit on me? Just spit on my face? Keep in mind, this is their first date. This is their first fucking date that they've ever had together. And he straight up, on the introduction, goes, "Hey, can you spit on my face?" Which is cause for alarm. And she's like, "What?" And he goes, "Can you spit on my face and maybe slap me and choke me and call me names?" And this is their first time, and yikes. Yeah, and she goes, "Sure," which she was not very comfortable with, but she did it anyway because she'd never done it before, and she was like, "Maybe I'll like it. Let me try." So she spits on this man's face, and she then told me immediately, "I did not enjoy it," but she spit on him, and then she didn't know what to say. Like, she didn't want to be rude, like she didn't know what his limit was. So she called him a little bitch like 4 times, and that was all she said. But she just kept calling him a little bitch. And she slapped him a little bit. But she didn't enjoy any of it. Now, the entire time this is going on, the guy has asked a few times now. He seemed unsure of himself, and he asked her multiple times to reassure him that his penis was a normal size. He asked point blank, "Is it an average size?" And she was like, "I mean, yeah, I guess." And he was like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's fine." Which my immediate question, which I know somebody's gonna ask, Tony, I'm scared. This is scary. I don't want to be an adult. That's okay. Just don't ask someone to spit on you and it'll be fine. So my immediate question was it an average size? And she was like, it was a little below average, but it was okay. And I was like, all right. At least you didn't, like, lie to him that much. And she said, at least you don't have a micro penis, and being too large is also a problem, which is both true. A micro penis is not great, and having too big of a penis is not great. If it's too big, you can't do anything. If it's too small, you can't do anything. So, mediocre Mike. Yeah. Now, let me tell you. If I've never had this problem. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. Before we do this mission, I want to get this out in the open. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, and I don't think I'm anything special. But I've never once questioned whether or not I have an okay penis. I've never cared. That's not a thing that I've ever given a shit about, all right? But if I was going to ask someone, do you think my penis is an okay size? I would ask them after going out with them for a while, and in an environment where that's comfortable, like maybe we're laying in bed and we're watching something, and like, you just gotta be appropriate about it. Tony, this is the worst story I've ever heard. I want to die. Oh, dingo, it gets worse. It gets worse. So the time to ask is not when you're midway through having sex. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, take that word of advice. Don't ask midway through having sex. Also, thank you so much for the tip, Dingo. I really appreciate it. I really do. So it's.
Tony, I'm a keep it real with you too. This is the worst story I've ever heard. I want to die.
Oh, you made the robot say he wanted to die. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of disposable income. Yeah, those are Norwegian crowns. Oh, he's already on my team. So yeah, so he needed to be reassured. So let's go ahead, now that we've heard that part, how could it get worse? Let's go, we'll do the cutscene and then I'll finish the story. I can hear the bot clearly. That's good. Hazel, don't be sad. You didn't have to go on a date with mediocre Mike.
So that's how the Chosen are created. I thought it'd be more festive.
And Nazgul is entirely focused on the ritual. This is the perfect time to strike.
If I remember, there's a timer on this.
It would be wise to eliminate them.
Maybe
quietly.
not. Okay, so yeah, let's keep going with this here story. So they had been going at it for a little while, you know, about 20 minutes, my roommate said, and she was getting tired, right? She was getting tired, and she asks him, you know, not in a way that's to be rude, you know, she's just asking him to make sure to see where they're at. She goes, "Hey, you know, are you close? What's going on?" And he goes, "Oh, I finished a while ago. I finished like 15 minutes ago." And she goes, and she thinks back and she's like, "Oh, okay." But she's thinking in the back of her mind, and she goes, "Wait a second. I remember when we got on the bed at first, and we just started making out. We got our shirts off, and then, you know, right when we got our shirts off, he like, you know, he made a weird face, and then that was it. And then like, I just thought he had a lot of pre-cum because he finished while they were making out, but only had like one drop." So now keep in mind, while they were having sex, she had no idea whether or not he finished during that, because he made no indication. That's why she asked, because he didn't make a face, he didn't, you know, he didn't make a sound, because he had finished like beforehand. You know, it was really sad. So this poor boy finished while they were making out, and like right when they got their shirts off. And so that happened. And so she kind of just like abruptly ended it. Well, not abruptly, but you know, they kind of winded down because she was getting too tired. Anyone want to join me as I jump off a bridge? Yeah, it was that bad. So then, you know, they were both getting tired because eventually he got tired, and they kind of winded down. And once they winded down, she brought him home. Dingo tipping more crons with a sad face. Colon. The bot knows. The bot knows how sad it is. Yeah, so that happened. And she brought him home, and that was it. That was it. And then she came back and told me that, and I told her, I looked at her point blank, and I was like, "You can't go on a date with him again. And if you do," I asked her one very important question. I said, "Do you want to have to choke this man for the rest of your life and spit on him? Because if you keep dating him, that possibility might very well happen." And she said point blank, "No, I do not. I do not." And I was like, "Good. You made the right choice. Good job." Oh my lord. It was a great time. It was a great story. Multiple objectives available. Defeat the orcs at the ritual. I thought it was hilarious. I hope you guys thought it was funny too. Is he prepared for the death? Little man. Tony's confidence booster. Don't worry, there's absolutely no way you're worse than this guy stream. You know, I'm trying to make you guys feel good. All of you guys are like, "Man, Tony, I want to kill myself. This is horrible." But I'm trying to help you out, okay? Because know that you will never be him. Why is the land reel down there? Fuck off. See if that reaches them. It did. That's good. If I could do like a straight up assassination, that'd be lit. Or maybe dominate. Actually, I don't think you can dominate the Chosen. Yeah, we'll just kill them. Does he know I'm up here? I don't think he does. Let's straight up just kill this guy. Why do some Tolkien names sound like salads? You know, they kind of do. They sound like spices a lot of the time.
Come to join these three in service to the Witch King. For that is your destiny. You must know this. We will never stop. Not with the Chosen, and not with you.
I'm pretty sure... Oh. I didn't know you were going to talk.
You will not join with the Witch King. You will be destroyed. Purged from Middle Earth.
Don't care about it. Just care about the killing.
I killed you, Ishmash. You're dead on the ground. You can't talk to me. What the fuck? What was I saying? Was Tolkien a manlet? He might have well been. I'm sorry. I really just think it's funny. Oh shit, I'm on easy mode. I forgot to change that back. Okay, my bad. I forgot. I forgot to change it, but also that guy was talking to me and he was straight up dead, which I think is really funny. Oh, Jesus. Tolkien was just really hungry all the time for salad and only salad. I was wondering why everybody was dying so fast. But I remember later on in the game, there's a point where one of these Nazgul, I don't know if you noticed how slowly he talked. I don't know how you couldn't. But he talks, they all talk really slow. And I remember at one point in this game, I believe there's a Nazgul who has a speech that's like 5 minutes long. Because he talks so slow, like it should be half a minute, but it's like a long time. So I remember getting up last time I played this game and like going to the bathroom and then coming back, and he wasn't even like halfway done. Like he was still going, which I thought was really, really fucking stupid. The fuck? No, leave me alone. No, no, don't do that. That's rude. I think I'm just gonna vault around until he's dead. Because I mean, it's not like the archers are gonna die anytime soon. Let's see about you. Let's deal with you, huh? Yeah, there we go. It's a confidence booster, you guys. You know, you'll never be as bad as Mike. You know, like that old song and dance. I want to be like Mike. You know, you're never gonna be like Mike. So be happy about that. That's something to be absolutely proud of. You aren't Mike. Be happy about that. Things could always be worse. You could be Mike, but you ain't. You ain't. Okay, can I grab you now? Yeah, there we go. Bada bingus, bada bungus. I got him. Boop. Boop. Yeah, there we go. Nazguls are the kind of kids who really like Hamilton. I've never seen Hamilton, not gonna lie.
But this was not the last ritual. It will not be the last fight.
Okay, bye. It's great to have you here. Jesus. I've given up on sex. It's okay. Just know you're not Mike, and that's, you know, take solace in that. And I asked her, I was like, was he at least a nice guy? And she was like, yeah, he's a really nice guy, and I really enjoy talking to him. And I'm like, you're just gonna have to be friends with him, because it's just not advisable to do that again. Oh my lord. Are we gonna stab the girl or what? Is that not a plot point? I can't tell you whether or not it is, because I would spoil it, but I will say this. I want her to die very soon. I really do want her to die. So, like I was saying earlier, to pedal all the way back to the beginning of the stream, where I was talking about Warhammer and Tolkien together, I've been working on a cosplay. I'm doing a Warhammer Fantasy Witch Hunter cosplay, and I only have a few of my components. I've got my boots, which are beautiful leather boots, but they're like a size two sizes too big for me. So I just ordered a bunch of stuff off Amazon to make them like fill out the boots, you know, stuff to stuff in the boots to make them fit me. And I don't know if those things are going to work. I might just have to get other boots, but they're good. So, you know, I got these boots. I'm really excited about them. I've got, you know, my big Witch Hunter coat, which looks absolutely beautiful. I got a handcrafted leather belt, a baldric, which is like a leather belt that you put over your chest to hold a gun, to hold my flintlock pistols. So I'm waiting on a lot of components. The main thing I'm waiting for is a hat. But I got a lot of stuff that came in, and I put it on yesterday, and all of these components looked beautiful together. You know, I've only got like maybe a third or a quarter of the Switch Hunter cosplay done, that I'm able to wear. But they looked great together, which tells me that when I have everything together, it's going to look amazing. So I'm very happy about that. But I'm thinking, in the back of my head, I'm always thinking about the future, and I'm thinking, hey, maybe it'd be cool if I was a Warhammer Dwarf next year. And if I was going to be a Warhammer Dwarf, I don't really have the build to be a Slayer, which, if you don't know, a Slayer is a dwarf who just wears a pair of pants, and he has a huge orange mohawk, and 2 axes, that are like one big axe. That's their whole thing. They, you know, they crave death, and they just charge with no armor into battle with axes, and they're fucking insane. But I don't have the build for that. And I know I don't have the build for, like, a Joseph Joestar cosplay, but, you know, if I wanted to be a Slayer, I want to be short and stocky. You know, and I'm short, but certainly not stocky enough. So I wanted to be an Ironbreaker, which is kind of just a big armor-clad dwarf. Think of, like, the Mines of Moria, right? You know, think Gimli, but with more armor. So I was looking on Etsy to see if I can find some armor to buy, and I can't find any armor that looks remotely close to, like, a Warhammer dwarf, because the only armor that's for sale is Tolkien dwarves. You know, there's, like, tons of Mines of Moria dwarf armor, Erebor dwarves, you know, from The Hobbit. So I think I'm just gonna have... Here's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to go through and buy, like, one piece of armor from every set to make this fucking cosplay, which is gonna be really complicated. You know, instead of getting, like, one set that looks like what I want, unless I commissioned it, but it would be more expensive that way, I think. I'm gonna have to just buy a bunch of pieces. But there's a lot of crazy, like, Lord of the Rings shit on Etsy. I'm not even kidding. It's cool. There's a lot of great, you know, blacksmiths. A lot of them are in Germany or Europe. You know, just various sections of Europe. It seems to be where all the blacksmiths are. And a few in Montreal. Not many here in America that I've noticed, at least on Etsy. But I guess Europe just has so many fucking blacksmiths, and a lot of them are making beautiful, you know, beautiful pieces of armor that are, like, Lord of the Rings inspired. It's crazy. You know, I'm always, you know, adoration, I guess is the right word. I'm impressed. I'm always impressed by, you know, craftsmen and people who can make amazing artistic things, especially blacksmiths, because I know... This is probably the reason blacksmiths, you know, you don't see many on Etsy that are in America. It's really hard. There are no places that teach blacksmithing here in the States. There's really only, like, one big college that does it, really. And I heard that department's getting faded out, too. You know, it's getting phased out, which is crazy. It's really sad. Blacksmithing is great. It's a cool thing. I wish I could do it. I wish I could, honestly, but, you know, I'd have to start doing that when I was, you know, maybe a bit younger. I don't think I have the time or the talent to do it, you know. America is known for its woodworkers. Yeah, there are beautiful woodworkers here. Absolutely beautiful woodworkers. Portugal has great woodworkers as well. Specifically the Azores. I would know. My grandfather was, you know, one of the premier woodworkers there. You know, because they have so many woodworkers specifically working on their boats. That's really what it is. I don't know how he didn't see me coming. Somehow he didn't. I mean, it's weird. This game has a... I do think this game is very forgiving when it comes to stealth dominations. Or just stealth in general, because there's a large sort of grace period where you can stealth dominate someone even though they very clearly see you. I want this gem here. But there's some cool stuff. It's usually very pricey because, of course, it's handmade. It's, you know, crazy material cost and all that shit, but it is worth it. It's good. I ordered some sabatons. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's essentially the armor piece that goes over your boots. You know, they go over your shoes so that you can have armored shoes. I'm excited about that. Tony, how do you feel about pop vinyl figures? I hate Funko Pops, but I mean, if we're talking vinyl figures just in general, there are some beautifully made vinyl figures. That is something I'm very disappointed by, which is the fact that Funko Pops are so prevalent that you don't see just, you don't see vinyl figures anymore unless they're Funko Pops, which makes me upset. Blacksmiths matter. Come here. You know, that first Nazgul mission was really hard, but I think I did these out of order. That's probably why. The one I just did is probably the one they wanted me to do first, and then there's this one, and then the other one. But this one's going to be easy because it, you know, it gives you a bunch of orcs to work with right off the bat. And the other one definitively did not. And this guy over here, let's just remove him from living. Yeah, once we get this guy, we'll have an easier chance. Move into position. I also have a skill point. We should probably put that on there. The few vinyl figures made by Funko that are not Pops are great. You're right. Tony, have you had the crispy chicken tenders at BK? Yes, I have had the crispy chicken tenders at Burger King. You guys always have the weirdest fucking questions. I have indeed experienced them. I'm not gonna lie, it was too much crisp, not enough tender. The problem I had was there was not enough chicken in the crispy chicken tenders. It was too much batter. And I love batter as much as the next guy, but if the ratio is like 90% batter to 10% chicken, that's not a chicken tender. That's just batter, you know, in my mouth. All right. Tony, you better accept my loot of you. Oh, geez, for the fan art today. Oh, Lord. That's going to be crazy. Let's see here. What ability do I want? No, I probably want something for mounting. Or maybe summoning. That's probably what I want. Call mount, yeah. Oh, I'm so close to getting this one. I'm very close to getting the Graug. When shadow mounting a broken Guar, the other... Or Karagor. Shadow mount. I don't remember which one. You know, shadow mount is probably better. But this one's better for groups. No, shadow mount's better. Definitely a better option here. What's going on here? Whoa. See that? See those cape physics there? That was weird. That was very strange. Smaug did nothing wrong. I mean, he was pretty rude, not gonna lie.
Are you just seeing them now? This would be easier than I thought.
Alright, here we go. Oh, defeat more orcs than what's her face. I can do that. It's easy. You just have to take advantage, and by that I mean straight up just abuse the fucking arrows. You just have to focus on the little guys. You also have to be a lot faster than she is. And let's summon some boys here. Oh, she had him. Lame. Have you ever played Doom? Oh, the game? Which one? The newer one? I played the newer one, yeah. The newer one's really good. I haven't played all that much of it, but it is a great game. I think it's a wonderful game, actually. Why would I bother? Here, let me just... Why would I bother even using the arrow? Oh, come here. What the fuck? Stop. You gotta focus on the little ones, that way your score goes up. Because it doesn't matter if you get a big one if he's... Yeah, she's just straight up stealing my skills here. Jacking my swag, if you will. Or I could just execute you. Ooh, that was a good one. That was a pretty good execute, not gonna lie. Oh, please. There we go. And this should be able to do something here. Come on, get me a kill. Oh. What happened? What? I lost. Oh. Messenger died. What the fuck? I lost Because this elf shot the orc that I needed to interrogate. Because I definitely didn't kill him. Unless no, I probably killed him with Elven Light, that big AoE I did. That's really fucking stupid. Jesus Christ, this game sometimes needs to fucking stop. Alright, let's get over there and kill these orcs before she does. Yeah, it's really easy if you just use the Caragor. You just grab them one at a time. It doesn't really matter whether or not I killed more than her. But I mean, I want to do it anyway. That was really fucking stupid. Did you know the final battle of Phantom Blood is a reference to 16th century Green Sleeves by The Rainbow, Dio's first band? I did not. If only because I don't know all of the musical references in JoJo because I don't know shit about music. Who's the messenger? Who's the messenger? Like, why do I need... How am I gonna know which one it is? This Caragor needs to stop taking damage. Also, there was no big guys in this little brigade here, which is weird. Maybe the next group. Ah, he's that one.
Are you deciding whom I let live?
Just get the information.
Oh, please, nobody hit me from behind. There we go. That's what I wanted.
Where are the captains who would become chosen? They're coming from the fort. They should be here shortly.
Thanks, bucko. Alright, bye. Also, beautiful lip piercings, my dude. Oh no, please don't. Oh wow, that spear whiffed me just barely. That's good. Boop. 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 And there we go. That should be most of them. Oh hey, he lived. The game's all weird and glitchy, but we did it. Yeah, let's wait this way. One sec, Tony. I'll be right back. Okay, my dude. Oh, is this just a limitless supply of arrows? Oh no, it's treasure. I was wondering where I got that. Where I got that money from beforehand because I didn't see anything. Reach the captains. Oh, I need to get to them. All right. Speaking of outros, what do you think about the ending of Part 5 is going to be? I mean, everybody wants it to be Gangsta's Paradise, but I honestly have no idea what it'll be. Let's see here. Oh.
If you think for one moment you're going to stand in the way of me becoming chosen,
This guy's very ugly.
take it. Grey Walker. Time to crush your skull and rip out your heart.
Oh, he's legendary.
Try to flee. Get out.
Flesh Picker. This is unfortunate because there's a lot of ranged boys there. Oh, and he's oh, he's soft-headed. That's fucking lit. And let's release that Caragor over there. You know, I might just try and hide, honestly. Because they don't know I'm here, which is good. Let's see, which one is soft-headed? I'm not sure. Not you. Oh, they're both soft-headed, I guess. Oh shit, this is good. Nice. That Caragor should help us out. I do need more arrows, though. Bye-bye, sweetie. Arrows? No? No? Okay, alright. Does he not know I'm here? Oh my god, he straight up doesn't know I'm here. That's really fucking stupid. I literally just ran by him and he had no idea I did. That's hilarious. Wow. I thought this was going to be at least moderately challenging. I guess she's doing her job now, which is, you know, distract them for me. Oh, come on now. I need to just... Oh, did you guys hear about, Telltale Games shutting down? What do you guys think about that? I don't know if you guys like Telltale. I think I talked about it on my other stream, because it did happen like a week ago. Or whenever it is I streamed. So I think I might have brought it up, but... I don't know if you guys heard about it. It's crazy. Not gonna lie, I don't give two shits about Telltale. I've never given a single fuck about Telltale games. Their games have all looked like shit to me. I've always appreciated that I guess they made them and people liked them, so that's cool, I guess, but I just need that guy in the face and he died. It sucks that Telltale Games got shut down. They made some good games. I just never gave a single fuck about them, you know? And I'm not surprised. Listen, I'm not some pro who knows fucking everything about video games, you know, but let's dominate this guy. And then we'll leave him here to fight, I guess. Those poor employees, though, yeah. You know, I never really gave a shit about their games. I had read about a few of them, and they didn't sound great. Oh, don't you run away. Ooh, he's good, though. He's a legendary, which I do want. Yeah, let's grab him. Oh, no, he's too high of a level for me. Yeah, let's fight him to death, actually. Ah, fuck, he's not ready anymore. Alright. Going for that assassination. I keep forgetting he's one of those. You can't go straight up on a berserker. You have to hit them when they're, you know, from behind or not ready for an attack, you know. You're supposed to... They're basically there to train you to use the B button. Oh my god, are you shitting me? Oh, fuck me. Holy shit. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. Okay, my big guy's gonna have to do this, because I can't. Is this gonna res me? It's not. I should be set, though.
Three captains who will not become chosen, but there is no shortage of recruits.
Guy's screaming in the background.
Any who are selected we will target. If we cannot yet stop the Nazgul, we will slow them down.
I did some looking, you know, some digging into possible reasons why they shut down. And if you look at their sales figures compared to the amount of money they were spending at the time versus the types of employees they were hiring at Telltale Games, you'll notice some interesting trends, which was The Wolf Among Us was in fact a classic, and after that, you know, they went for The Walking Dead. And, you know, when they eventually got to The Walking Dead, that was a hit. The Walking Dead Season 1 was their best-selling game. It was an absolute hit, and most of their funds came from that game. And you'll notice after that, they bought a bunch of licenses that were very expensive, and they were hoping that every game they made after that was going to make them the amount of money they did. But they didn't. They didn't make the amount of money they wanted. All of those games sold very poorly in comparison to The Walking Dead. You know, maybe 10% of the original sales of The Walking Dead, which is bad. So you have that. You have that coupled with the fact that the licenses that they were buying were very expensive, which is not good. So they're not making enough money to make up the difference for the licenses, let alone, you know, to pull something in. And then you look at the trend of employees they're hiring. Now, let's spider thing. Let's grab that. So if you look at the employees that they're hiring, you're noticing that they're not hiring... Also, their game engine, which is notoriously awful. Their game engine actually prevents them from doing anything interesting, I should say. Their game... Oh, here we go. We can watch this one. Oh, never mind. I guess not. So their game engine was not good enough for them to do anything interesting. You know, they needed a different game engine. It prevented their games from really going anywhere, from what I could see. Their game engine is laughable and is worse than Gamebryo, which, if you don't know, Gamebryo is awful. It's great for certain things, but it's also very limiting. So if you look at the types of employees they're hiring, they hired a fuckload of employees who don't know how to code, and they don't know how to do art, and they don't know how to write stories. They hired a bunch of people who all had the position of like head writer of this chapter, writer of that. They hired a bunch of idea people, but did not hire any person capable of producing a video game. Tony, read Diesel on stream. I already read Diesel. I already did that. That was for a fanfiction thing. You're talking about the JoJo ripoff Diesel. Yeah, I already read that.
Indeed.
It's in my fanfiction playlist. So they hired a fuckload of people who don't know how to make games, who don't know how to write games because they don't have any like previous writing experience. You know, and then you look at them and people are like, how could they shut down? They made some good games. I don't understand. The Walking Dead was so good, you know, because they didn't hire people who were qualified. You know, the read was in past tense, bud. Oh, I see. Bro, Tony read oh, the read was in past tense. I see what you're talking about. I see what you're talking about. The read is spelled exactly the same. How am I supposed to know? Frozen Flame. We'll do this mission and then that'll be it for the stream. This is why you play Quantic Dreams games. It's Telltale but way better. Yeah. I love how Torgoroth is apparently like running around setting shit on fire, but he's literally nowhere unless you're doing one of his missions. I think that's an absolutely crazy missed opportunity. They should have had him stopping around until you finished the quest, you know? Would instill some fear in the player. So we just gotta follow this pathway here. Arguable. I don't actually know anything about Quantic Dreams, so excuse me. I don't know if they're better or not. I don't play those types of games. They're just for me. They're like they remind me of those really lazy DVD games, you know, on like old DVDs where it's like press this and this scene of the movie will play. This different thing will happen, but like there's not really any gameplay. It's just, you know, and that was another thing that people complained about with Telltale, was that their games you would do these choices, but it wouldn't really impact the game. And I think that's probably why I don't enjoy those types of games, because I don't think those. I understand it's very difficult to make a game like that in a way where there's enough choices. Oh no, where there's enough choices where it really matters and like things do feel different. Let's see here. How did he not get hit by any of those? I straight up dropped that right on his fucking face. I actually don't want to be in slow-mo, because that seems to make this harder. Oh my lord. Please. I remember this being way easier. Health shot needed? What do you mean? Okay, there we go. Why didn't I pick up that one? Oh my lord. Am I safe? Okay, we're good. Okay, we're not. Whoa, that's a demon. Oh shit, what's happening? Make it feel like Gandalf. I remember when this game was coming out. Well, when it was announced. When this game was announced. Please don't whip me. Speaking of whips, I have another story to tell you guys. Wacky. Oh my god. I gotta get behind him. That's how you do it. You gotta shoot him in the back. I think actually you're supposed to dodge him for this section. Because I don't think you can actually hurt him. But maybe oh, there we go, yeah. You can't actually hurt him, you have to just wait. Oh boy, another story. Yeah, that's what I do. Ooh. Are we gonna fly the dragon? We are. Alright, strafe up. Please don't. That's rude. Why am I flying this direction? That's not where I want to go. I want to go this way. I want to go towards them. Oh shit, that's a big one. I was holding X, but it didn't want to do it. Okay. It keeps like going in, but then not doing it. Alright, let's see here. Let's get within range, I guess. Oh, never mind. Wow. I'm like Joseph fucking Joestar because I don't know how to fucking aim. There we go. Hold the dive attack. There we go. Lit. Yeah, get fucked, asshole. There you go. Soft 8. Smog is like a soft 8. Yeah, but would he be a higher or lower score if he didn't have, you know, Benedict Cumberbatch as the voice? Oh, I get it. You just sort of dodge and then hit him with X. That's kind of lame. I don't really feel like I'm being challenged. Gain might to use Ice Breath. Yeah, how do I do that? Am I supposed to attack him or nah? Oh, hey, I got hit there. That's not great. Yeah, get iced, big boy. Oh, you're supposed to attack this time. Oh. Dive attack, we did it. Oh no! He tricked me with his wacky tricks. Alright, fuck off. There you go. Without Benedict Cumberbatch, he'd be a hard 8. Ooh, Dingo doesn't like Benedict Cumberbatch. Wow. I don't actually give a shit about Benedict Cumberbatch. I know a lot of people like him, but I genuinely don't give a shit about him. You know, he's not really in things that I care about, I don't think. So, I mean, as far as I can tell, the people who like Benedict Cumberbatch are just young girls with poopy opinions. I would know because that's most of the people at my college. So, and they all love Benedict Cumberbatch. But I'm sure he's a fine actor. I don't know. I mean, he did a good job as Smaug, I guess. Get fucked. Oh. You don't even do enough damage to matter. Ice Blast. Oh no, he's cold. Oh no. Come on, Ice Blast him. There you go. Am I just supposed to be waiting? I don't actually know what I'm supposed to do because I'm not seeming to do any damage. Oh, there we go, yeah. I'm supposed to wait. I did it! Yeah! About to get Chilly Willy in here. There we go. Who do you think is the best Sherlock Holmes? Robert Downey Jr., Cumberbatch, or Will Ferrell? That's a good question. Balrog, I've come to bargain. Did we win? So I've never seen Benedict Cumberbatch portray, you know, Sherlock Holmes, so I wouldn't know. I can tell you Will Ferrell probably wouldn't be able to do it. I don't think he'd be able to do it well. And I have seen Robert Downey Jr. do it, and although the second movie with him wasn't great because his home site was kind of bullshit and it wasn't good. The second movie had some problems, but the first one I thought was very good. I thought Robert Downey Jr. did a pretty good job. You know, he had the look down. He looked, you know, like a good Holmes. Maybe if he was taller, he'd look a little better. And if his hair was maybe a lighter shade, if it was like a brown, like a nice brown and not a black, he would have looked like a better Holmes. But I thought he was pretty good. I thought he did a good job. You know, I can't really complain that much about it, so that's good. But what was I going to talk about? Right, back to whips. So So, for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna end the stream after this story. So, Valve is making a card game, which is based in the Dota 2 universe, and it's called Artifact. And it's kind of like Magic the Gathering, I guess. I don't know much about it, but I guess it must be similar because it has cards that are labeled like Black Magic cards or whatever. So they released a card. You know, the game isn't even released. It's in like alpha, but they've been releasing cards, and they released a card called Crack the Whip, which is a card that, you know, has like a guy with a whip on it, and he's like whipping some like little lizard grunts, you know, like a big lizard whipping some smaller lizards. And the description of the card says, "Crack the whip. Crack the whip on a black card. Can only be used on black cards. The whip can only crack black cards." Because they didn't realize that that might have come out bad. So you can only use Crack the Whip on black cards. Our digital card games, the new Battle Royale, they were for like a hot minute. So everyone was like, "Hey guys, maybe don't." And Valve had to come out and do an apology and be like, "We're so sorry, we're gonna change the card right now." But it was really fucking funny, and they weren't able to do damage control before literally everybody everywhere was posting about it, which was really funny. Why am I poisoned? What the fuck? Let me go ahead and we'll just, yeah. Pick that card, black card. Yeah, it was bad. It was pretty bad. But I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was really fucking funny. Oh, Lord. You know, because I guess they just didn't realize, whips and black people, maybe not the best combo. Not as good as, you know, peanut butter and jelly, you know what I'm saying? But thank you guys for joining me on this stream. I hope you guys had a good time. We told some stories, we had some laughs. Talked about Warhammer. Talked about knowing what a clitoris is. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and stick around, because once the stream is shut down, I will be opening up another stream in about 5 or 10 minutes, which will be a drawing stream. So I hope to see you guys there, and I'll see you on the next stream.